Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the corporate world one document at a time. Today we're diving into Leet Technologies Form 8K filing. Get ready because it involves a corporate move so complex it's like a magician trying to explain a disappearing act. This report is all about a big change. Leet Technology, a Delaware company, merged with another company called Leet BVI from the British Virgin Islands. This means some big shifts in how the company is structured and who controls it. Stay tuned because we'll break down what this all means for shareholders and the future of Leet. If you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below. Come join us after the video. So, back in January of 2023, Leet Technology announced they were merging with Leet BVI. This merger was finalized on January 11, 2023. The deal was made official with a merger agreement, outlining all the details of how the two companies would become one. To make it official, they filed a certificate of merger with the state of Delaware. This document is like a marriage certificate for companies, legally uniting them. When this certificate was filed January 11, 2023, the merger officially took effect. The merger meant some changes for shareholders. If you own shares of Leet Technology, those shares were automatically converted into shares of Leet BVI, the new combined company. Each old share became one new share. In total, about 151 million ordinary shares and almost 7 million preferred shares were issued to former Leet Technology shareholders. The shares of Leet BVI that existed before the merger weren't changed. They just kept going as is. So after the merger, Leet BVI had 151 million ordinary shares and nearly 7 million preferred shares outstanding. Now, here's where things get interesting for investors. Leet BVI shares started trading under a new ticker symbol LTSF on the OTC Markets Pink Marketplace, which is where smaller companies often trade. Keep an eye out for that symbol if you're tracking the stock. Don't worry about swapping out your old stock certificates right away. The company is saying that the old certificates are still good. You'll only need to get a new certificate if you request one or if you make a stock transaction that requires the transfer agent to issue new ones. If you want to reach out to Leet BVI, you can contact them at corporateaxteleet.com. The transfer agent for Leet BVI, you can contact them at corporateaxteleet.com. The transfer agent for Leet BVI is V-Stock Transfer LLC. Because of this merger, Leet Technology will now file different types of reports with the SEC. Instead of the usual forms, they'll be using Form 6K for current reports and Form 20F for annual reports starting in 2025. The company is simply stating that the information discussed earlier in the report is also relevant to the completion of the acquisition. The company is referencing back to the information in previous sections to cover this requirement as well. Again, the company refers to previous sections, specifically Item 231, to fulfill the requirements of this item. As of now, Mr. Daisong holds the majority of the company's ordinary shares, about 74.5%. He also controls a large number of preferred shares. However, there were no changes in who the directors are, so the same people are still in charge. After the merger, the previous directors and officers of Leet Technology transitioned to similar roles within Leet BVI. This means the leadership team remained consistent. This section describes changes to the company's governing documents, like its articles of association following the merger. Think of it as a rulebook for how the company operates. The company can issue an unlimited number of ordinary shares. They can also issue up to 1 million Series A preferred shares, 10 million Series B preferred shares, and 9 million other preferred shares. Each ordinary share gets 1 vote, each Series A preferred share gets 100 votes, and each Series B preferred share gets a whopping 1,000 votes. This means preferred shareholders have significantly more say in company decisions. The directors have the power to issue shares, grant options, and set the terms for those shares. They can decide who gets them, when they get them, and what rights those shares have. The company might hold an annual general meeting each year, but they don't have to. The directors decide when and where these meetings happen. They can also call meetings whenever they see fit. If shareholders holding at least 10% of the voting shares want a meeting, they can request one. The company can appoint new directors or remove existing ones. Directors can also be removed by the other directors under certain circumstances. The directors can decide to pay dividends to shareholders, but only if it's allowed by law and the company has enough money. The company can send notices to shareholders by mail, courier, fax, or email. They can also post notices on the company's website. Alright, that was quite the dive into Leet Technologies 8K filing. Now let's step back and look at the bigger picture. Assessing the company's direction, it looks like Leet is aiming for a more international structure by merging with a British Virgin Islands company. This could open up new opportunities and markets, but it also adds complexity. One notable risk is the heavy control held by Mr. Dyson. With over 74% of the ordinary shares, he has a lot of power, which could influence the company's decisions significantly. Despite the potential benefits of internationalization, investors should keep a close eye on how the company navigates the complexities of its new structure and how it balances the influence of its major shareholder. In conclusion, this merger represents a significant shift for Leet Technology. It's a move towards a more global presence, but it also introduces new layers of complexity and control. Alright, that's our breakdown of Leet Technology's latest filing. What's your take on these changes and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.